It was a lovely day in Ice-Sky Land. Guest 177,013 and his pet cat, named DiCaprio was chilling on a terrain pillar. DiCaprio was guest 177,013's waifu, by the way, his most prized possession. He loved it more than anything, and it loved him back. But one day, a strange-looking drone appeared.
Hello, because you were not able to pay the taxes on time, I am going to steal your cat. Ha 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 no. Beep boop. I steal your cat? You are a big loser. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. You stupid noob.
Guest 177,013 was flabbergasted. He has never seen such bullshit before. He swore to save DiCaprio, no matter how hard it'd be. Of course, the drone was sent by the Japanese mafia, an evil pack of weebs who somehow own anything Japanese. If you don't pay up, they will beat the crap out of you. Their headquarters are somewhere in the west. Guest 177,013 knew it was a hard journey, but he made a swear. He yeeted his fat ass in his personal stash of Roblox, and searched. Ah, yes, the typical Ice-Sky sword, also healing potions, also known as drugs. He got on his fancy motorbike, and flew away. On his way to save DiCaprio, guest 177,013 stopped by his friend's farm, which was conveniently placed in the highway he was going on. He told his friend, known as Grumpy Poop Salad, that his waifu was stolen away from him and he's going on a quest to get her back, and asked if he wanted to come. Grumpy Poop Salad carelessly agreed. But suddenly, a ninja busted into the room.
I won't let you kill my master,
he said dramatically. Guest 177,013, who has had a lot of training in combat, pulled out his Ice-Sky sword, and shot the ninja to death with a shotgun. But the ninja called for backup. Grumpy Poop Salad owned a shiny car and the two managed to get away before the choppers came. In the weeb base, the main weeb antagonist, known as Stuart Swartavanistakuro, was doing very dirty things to guest 177,013's waifu, smacking her with a body pillow and watching level 9 ecchi anime, the very dirty kind. Some background antagonist went into the room.
Boss, your cat fetish is getting out of control. You false tax robbed a guest's waifu.
Stuart Swartavanistakuro replied with cat waifu hot. Guest big noob, he have 4-digit number, yeah.
But not this one. This one's got a 6-digit number.
Oh, she spam the base is going to be attacked button.
The base will get attacked soon. I repeat, the base is going to get attacked soon. Every guard must prepare their square asses and be on guard, for the base is going to get attacked.
Also, he killed the background antagonist, because that's what main bad guys do. Don't disturb me when I'm doing the cheat for the heroes. Unfortunately, Grumpy Poop Salad had a bad poop problem, and they had to stop at MC Donald's before they could raid the weeb base. But that was good because they both got hungry from the tiny encounter they had. While guest 177,013 waited in line, this guy in front of him wouldn't shut up about his fancy rod of Discord. This was bad, because guest 177,013 gets very angry when not getting his food in time. He tapped the guy's back, and proceeded to shoot him with a shotgun. The two weebs ate their burgers in peace, because everyone evacuated the building. The two drove away from the building with no minor casualties no matter what. Now, guest 177,013 is not a dum-dum. He knows that the enemy base is guarded now. So he decided to go a sneakier route. By doing what every shonen hero does, Go into some cave in Russia and enter the base via the back door. Of course that wouldn't be easy. The movie has only reached 4 minutes. There would have to be some kind of halfway boss in there, and a trial of some kind. The two friends hijacked a train, and they went off to Russia to find a cave. Of course, to get into Russia, you had to go through a security control. Only the most Slav can gain access to the country. Many people fail this trial. Their squatting looks American and they lose balance when dancing. After shotgunning his way to the front of the line, it was Guest's turn to trial. Grumpy Poop Salad, looking like a cop, was automatically taken in for guard duty. The Slav Checkerer asked Guest 177,013 to do Slav thing.
Он сводит тебя с ума, не думай об этом.
The guards were amazed by the epic dancing that Guest 177,013 did, and both weebs were let in. Russia was nice. It was a pretty forest biome, with a lot of bears. Guest 177,013 asked one of the bears for directions to the nearest cave, and it pointed to a very obvious opening. The cave was narrow and dark. Caves are a major home to Americans. They are very dangerous. They threaten you to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and then spoil the plot. As always, the two dweebs ran into one, which fortunately was sleeping. They could sneak past it as long as they didn't set off its alarm. But caves have earthquakes, and the alarm went off. The two nerds used their disguise abilities to look like JoJo fans. The American, thinking they were one of him, showed them to the secret entrance to the enemy base. They climbed out the pipe, to be met with guards. The two were yeeted into prison where they will spend their eternity in, well, a cell. But in the cell there was a weird figure on the corner of the ceiling. The laws of gravity made the figure fall down and, oh my god, there was another guest. Guest 177,013 told the other guest in guest language that he needed to save his waifu and overthrow this corrupt government. Suddenly there was an explosion, and gunfire could be heard, as well as Russian base. It was the Russians, angry that their comrades were thrown into prison. Comrade Bear opened the door. Guest 177,013, Grumpy Poop Salad, and the other guest knew what to do now. And that was to kill Stuart Swardovanistakaro, who was cowering in his panic room. At last, they caught up to Stuart, who never even moved. As always, he sent the guards on the three, to be returned with gunfire. I very srigust, here have waifu back. Stuart, from the very beginning, knew damn well that guests with 6-digit numbers are overpowered fighters, and if you take their waifu away from them, they will find you, and never give you any mercy. Guest 177,013 figured out the most perfect way to kill him. Via hard bass. The major bass was major enough to have the whole building shake. The shaking caused a piano to fall on poor Grumpy Poop Salad, and he was crushed. Grumpy Poop Salad, nah ooh ooh ooh. Though this was both a war zone, and on camera, with guests being unable to speak. Guest 177,013 couldn't help but cry out. Guest 177,013 cried out Grumpy Poop Salad's name. The other guests shed tears of pain and sorrow. But their cries were only answered by cold silence. Except for the American in the background. Grumpy Poop Salad was gone. For the two guests, the silence could only confirm the truth. Though his body had died, his soul lives on. Rest in peace, Grumpy Poop Salad. Life was back to normal. With the Mafia gone. Everyone had gotten their sexy anime merch back. Guest 177,013 was chilling with his waifu, as he did in the start. But suddenly, no robot appeared. But instead, cake. From their new friend, other guest. The three lived on happily ever after, and yes, you know what that means. No sequel. The end.